read the whole thing to you guys and break it down as we go along. And his excuse for the Epstein files now is it's crisscross. I mean, we're back to the 1990s with kids rapping. Okay, so like it doesn't make any sense. It contradicts itself. It's pretty much a confession. It's a wonderful disaster. All right, so you guys know we do the show live when? 6 o'clock Eastern, every day, Monday through Friday. I do this on the weekends because I can't help it. I got to give you the news. Trump's going nuts. He's getting exposed to everyone, including hardcore MAGA. Oh my God, they're furious over this. So here we go. You guys ready? He's going to try to explain it, and he's going to try to show you guys he's on top of it, and who's the real troublemakers here, creating the real problems. Okay, so he says, or instantly hilarious start. What's going on with my boys? And in some cases, gals. Does he not know that that's a hilarious way of saying it? What's going on with my, and then he puts boys in quotes and gals in quotes. I mean, look, we're all used to it. Why? No one knows, but it's, especially on this, funny way to start. Then he says, they're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's doing a fantastic job. Those are in caps. That's why I read it that way. So interesting. Right out of the gate, he's doubling down on defending Pam Bondi. People thought he was going to throw Pam Bondi under the bus. People thought I was going to do this video without a stubble. They were wrong twice. Very rare stubble. Okay, but let's keep going. He says, we're on one team. See, he feels his team is breaking apart. He notices that his boys and gals are defecting in massive numbers. Now, they're not defecting to like people keep moving the goalposts. They're not like, oh my God, you guys are right. We should have voted for Kamala Harris. I now love Joe Biden and think he's young. No, not saying like, no, but do they trust Trump on this? And there's 2-word answer to that. It starts with hell and ends with no. Okay. So is that then, hurting their trust of Trump overall? Of course it is. How do I see that? Because I go on social media and almost all of MAGA is screaming it at once. Seriously, I mean, this is hilarious, but some dude with an Israeli flag on his thumbnail on X was like, I mean, the Epstein files, I mean, they're really a big deal. I don't know why people are still talking about it. So that's the Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin line. And MAGA's dogpiling, go like, oh, now you don't want to talk about the Epstein files. Funny, huh? Interesting. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Anyways, so he's trying to get him back on one team because his team's totally fallen apart. So he goes, we're on one team, MAGA. And I don't like what's happening. He doesn't mean that the Epstein files haven't been released. He means that people are complaining that the Epstein files haven't been released. He says, we have a perfect administration. Perfect, of course, capitalized. Really? Again, look, guys, if you're a Trump voter, does it look perfect to you now? Now, can you begin to see what we've been seeing? Which is, like, you could criticize the Democratic politicians day in, day out, and I'll agree with you at least 70%. On the corporate Democrats, 90%, right? So I don't agree with you on policy, but a lot of our politicians suck. They're corporate robots, right? But and you know that a lot of your Republican politicians suck, and they're almost all establishment guys, right? Uniparty, all that stuff. You had your faith in Trump, but now can you see what we see? No, he's another politician. He's like, and his lies are wild, guys. Like, I know he was anti-establishment, and so you wanted to believe in that. And we all want someone who's actually anti-establishment, right? And actually populist and actually stands up for the American people. But when you see this clownishness, and you really think is there a single person left in the country who thinks they're running a perfect administration? Okay, but let's continue because the best stuff's coming up. He says, it's also the talk of the world, capitalize that. And selfish people, in quotes, are trying to hurt it all over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. You're the one who wouldn't stop talking about him. Like, you can gaslight all day, all night, but forget the left, forget the middle. It's not working with the right anymore, brother. Like, we all saw you talking about him day in, day out. Every day. Oh, the crooked Democrats won't release Epstein files, right? Now he's like, why are you still talking about it? Only selfish people are talking about it. How is that for ironic? from a guy who might be in the files. But we're all selfish. Your own voters are selfish for asking for justice, for asking for the thing that you said you were going to give them, but you're not selfish. You who it is saying, oh, Epstein, he called him a terrific guy. They were best friends for 15 years. He even has pictures with Robert Maxwell. Who's Robert Maxwell? That's Ghislaine Maxwell's dad. Okay. Trump does with Epstein and Robert Maxwell. Who's Robert Maxwell? One of the top Israeli spies of all time. Mossad with a state funeral where Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin presided over. Okay. So, like, and when Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested and he was president, they asked him, you know, what do you think? They caught the biggest groomer in American history. And he's like, I wish her well. And then somebody asked him again because they're like, wait, Mr. President, last time somebody asked you, you said that you wished the biggest groomer in American history well. You don't really mean that, right? Like, so what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I wish her well. Okay, why don't you just confess? Like, it's unbelievable, right? Anyways, he continues. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Brother, that was you. That was you. We all have eyes and ears. This is like Joe Biden saying, no, I'm young and dynamic. Except Joe Biden would say, I'm young and dynamite. Kiddo. Jack. You were supposed to say dynamic. Anyways, we have eyes, we have ears, even though Democratic and Republican politicians don't believe it. Okay, so he says, why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agencies, the laptop from hell, and more? But wait, hold on. Are you saying that Obama and Biden and Comey and the Seychelles and everyone else, they created the Epstein files? Then why did you never stop talking about them? If you knew they were fake files like the Russia hoax thing that Obama and Biden had created, you say you know it now, but you were already president. You already had a term. So you already knew that they were fake files created by Obama and Biden, but you decided to run half your campaign on it. Oh, the files, the Epstein files, the elites won't release them. But you knew they were fake all along? Nah, brother. This doesn't add up at all. Flailing. I mean, this is you know how on the internet everybody talk about epic fails? This is an epic flail. This is, I'm not even halfway through it. This is insanity. Wait, he's going to turn around. He says, and in case you weren't clear, he says, they created the Epstein files, just like they created fake Hillary Clinton / Christopher Steele dossier that they used on me. And now my so-called friends are playing right into their hands. Oh boy. So now you think MAGA is playing into Obama and Biden's hands by talking about the fake Epstein files. Ooh, this is record-breaking. Literally, no one will believe that. Cat turd will vomit out some sort of, whatever they do, the sock or whatever he throws out. I mean, like, it's not. I mean, look, you guys. I don't know if you saw it over the weekend, but the Turning Point USA conference was like you're all smashing Trump. Tucker Carlson is like, this is a failure. This is crazy, right? And the crowd's booing Trump, and it's like, no, that's why he's writing this, because MAGA's in such an unbelievable revolt over this. And his explanation is, hey, don't worry. The whole time I was telling you about the Epstein files, I was lying on purpose. I knew the whole time it was Obama and Biden had created a fake file, and we're all having fun with it. But wait a minute. We already know, and you already said there are hundreds of underage girls who were raped. They exist. What do you mean Obama and Biden created fake files? And then you use it to win callously, and you thought they were fake. But you're like, oh, I'll lie about pedophilia just to get elected. How does any of this help you, brother? He's so, like, people give him so much credit he does not deserve. What an unbelievable knucklehead. Okay, so he continues. Okay, so now his friends are selling him out. It's all his friends' fault. It's MAGA's fault. etc. Again, by the way, super dumb strategy on top of everything else. And then he says, why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? Brother, why don't you release the Epstein files? Do you know who's president right now? Is it Biden? Because if you think it's Biden, we got to get you out. You're having the same problems Biden had, right? No, you're the president. You're the president. You can release them right now. And by the way, if you got them and they're fake, release how fake they are. Be like, ah, look at this. You know, they glued it together, Photoshop, whatever, right? Show us, right? No, they don't exist. But they were created earlier and they were fake. And that's why I ran on them. And it's that my friends are betraying me. What's wrong with the boys and the gals? Meltdown. Epic meltdown. And by the way, think about it, guys. If it was a fake dossier created by Obama and Biden and Brendan Comey, it's a good question. Why didn't they release it? They created it apparently to smear Trump, is his implication. Why don't you just scream into the mic, I'm on the list? I'm on the list. You're basically doing that with this True Social post. You just don't know it. So if they created a fake Epstein file to smear you, then why wouldn't they release it? You already beat them twice. Are they saving it for the third time? This theory doesn't make any sense. And he's just not bright enough to see it. So, all right, I'll go a little quicker now. You get the gist of it, but there's still some good golden nuggets in here. So let's keep going. He says, if there was anything that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? Yeah, if they created, why wouldn't they use it? You're disproving your own point. Oh, my God. He says, they haven't even given up on the John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King Jr. files. Right about now, you're thinking, do I want him to continue in the Trump voice? Was that really annoying me, or did I kind of like it? Well, all right, let's see what happens with the rest of it. He says, no matter how much success we've had, securing the border, deporting criminals, fixing the economy, energy dominance, a safer world where Iran will not have nuclear weapons, it's never enough for some people. I decided to switch it up in the middle. Okay, so he's saying, these MAGA guys, man, you can't ever please them. You know, I bombed Iran, even though I said I wouldn't. But then I stopped bombing him. And I said I'd release the files. Now I'm saying that I won't. Plus, they don't exist. Plus, they exist and they're fake. That's why I use them. And I mean, they use them, but they didn't use them. So it's your fault, MAGA. You see that? His friends, his boys, his gals, you guys are betraying him. That is a very poor strategy. But it's because he never has strategy. His strategy is Trump. That's good to get elected because it collects all this media attention. But for running a country, Trump doesn't work. It doesn't work. Now everybody's on pins and needles. How's Cenk going to continue reading? Normal voice or Trump voice? And the crowd is split. You're about 50-50. Half of you want it, the other half are like, please, no, it's nails on a chalkboard. Now I'm a little bit curious. All right, here we go. I got to find my place again. Okay. We're about to achieve more in 6 months than any other administration has achieved in over 100 years. Just in 6 months. Losing this many voters in 6 months. Nobody's done it in 100 years. Anyway, and we have so much more to do. That's what we're all worried about, brother. We're saving our country, making America great again, which will continue to be our complete priority. Why? Why do you capitalize those things? All right, anyway. The left is imploding. Brother, one day they're going to look up in a psychology textbook the concept of projection, and that sentence is going to be in it. The left is imploding. Am I enjoying this? A little bit. What I would enjoy more, because you know me, I'm all about policy, right? So give me an actual win over silly political wins. So I would much prefer that they actually release the files. Now, we all know there's approximately a 0% chance of that. The question is why? Another question is, can we ever get a populist of anywhere in the political spectrum who actually goes and goddamn does it? Okay? Look, guys, I give it everything I got. So that's why I'm like, if nobody else is doing it, we'll try it, Rebellion Pack. Okay, so rebellionpact.com, wish us luck. We got 4 great populist candidates: iron worker, a baseball player, 24-year veteran, Ro Khanna. Anyways, look, you like that one, great. You don't like it, you want to do something else, great. But we got to get an honest person. We got to get an honest person, because one honest person can lead the country into taking money out of politics. Because if you don't take money out of politics, they're all going to be crooks like this. And oh, Democrat comes in office, no Epstein files. The Republican, no Epstein files. Democrat, no Epstein files. Israel's crimes, keep going. Drug prices, high. Your wages, low. Everyone's the same. We got to get one honest populist. Okay, let me finish up here. So he says the left's imploding. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, Act Blue, the rigged and stolen election of 2020. Oh, so Epstein files are not important, but we should go back and discuss your weirdo lie about how you won the 2020 election. We should waste our time on that, but we have no time to release the Epstein files. We should waste American taxpayer dollars on investigating how you were robbed of the 2020 election, even though you lost 61 court cases in a row and presented zero evidence. We should waste our time on that, but not the Epstein files. Anyway, he's going through his laundry list here, and he says, and instead of spending month after month looking at nothing but the same old radical left-inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. No, he's just saying it, guys. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. He's saying the Epstein files are a left-wing plot. They don't exist. The girls apparently were not raped. They don't have tapes. None of it happened. Like, he's saying to you guys, I think you're stupid, and not a little stupid. Like, I think you're like unreal stupid that you'll believe that the left created fake Epstein files that he then ran on and said existed and was terrible and the most important thing in the world. And none of the girls actually got raped. So don't worry about it. There was no rich, powerful elites that did those crimes. Nobody believes that, bro. Nobody. Like, zero people on planet Earth, except there's some Israeli supporter going, I think we should let it go. Probably let it go. Sure, brother. All right, finally, here we go. He says, these are all in caps, man. Let Pam Bondi do her job. She's great. Wow. Full tilt on Pam Bondi. Okay, bro. Go for it. See how it turns out. The 2020 election was rigged and stolen, and they tried to do the same thing in 2024. That's what she's looking into as Attorney General, and much more. 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. This, again, these superlatives. Okay, back when everybody was like, yeah, go get the establishment. We're going to release the Epstein files. We're not going to listen to the donor class anymore. Go get him, Trump. Okay, maybe when you say then you're the hottest country and every other country's, or in our country earlier when we were all alive and saw it, was dead, right? And maybe they get, okay, it's hyperbole, we're having fun, right? Now, you look like an idiot. Like, our country was dead, you lied about everything, and now we have the hottest country. If you say so, bro. All right, let's keep it that way, he says, and not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about. That's why he had to write this. He had to write this nuclear Truth Social post on a Saturday night because nobody cares about it. That's why it's not bothering him at all. You could tell. Like, cool as a cucumber, right? Dude, everyone's talking about it. I'm doing a video in the middle of the night because everyone's talking about it. And you know it, and that's why you did this post. And, I mean, he just dug his own grave, man. That's... Forget left, forget middle. The right wing's going to look at that and go, what, bro? What? Now you want us to believe that the Epstein files were fake and they never existed after you told us it was the most important? Nah. See, guys, con man. looking for a mark. He's been a fraud all along. You'll see the whole thing unravel. By the way, I mean, you already, like, good guys, wake up. The debt. He said he was going to do something about the debt. He just added 3.3 trillion to it. 1.1 trillion, just a third of it, just goes to people making about $500,000 just on the income tax. Then they get the estate tax and a million other taxes. Wait. Why didn't we just give away $1 trillion to the richest people on the planet to add to the debt? He said he was going to take down the debt, right? You're going to see one by one by one. He never does what he says. He does the opposite. He talks a good game, at least for folks who are really pissed at the establishment, but he never delivers, man. This Epstein thing is the iceberg. He just hit it because now you can see him, right? The rest of us could see him for a long time. And by the way, look, guys, you know me. A lot of Democrats couldn't see Joe Biden, right? They were like, why? He's the best candidate, right? We got this, right? I'm not trying to make fun of them, right? I'm just saying that a lot of us got fooled, right? A lot of us believed a thing that wasn't close to real. I mean, you go back and look at those Biden tapes when in public, when he was president, he was still running. You're like, holy cow, like it was a disaster. So we're all in our bubbles, right? So that was one bubble. And the Trump bubble was, Trump's daddy, and daddy's gonna spank the establishment. No, daddy's getting spanked. And I'm going to stop this unfortunate analogy, okay? But this isn't what you bargained for. You know why? Because politicians lie. They're usually egomaniacs. I mean, don't listen to mainstream media telling you that they're honorable gentlemen having real debates. They're not having a goddamn debate. They're having a debate about who's going to get the bigger check from the donor. These are crooks and criminals. Money in politics is bribery. Got to get the money out. You know what? I'll give you a shout out to Wolfpack. They've been at this. They're trying so hard. They're real Americans. They want the right wing, the middle wing, the left wing, all to join. It's called fightcorruption.us. Fightcorruption.us. Okay. Look, guys, you try. Basically, I'm saying to the country, you tried everything else. Why don't you try populist left? Guys like Bernie and Ro Khanna and others who've been saying all along, we're trying to help you. We're trying to get you higher wages, lower drug prices, lower housing prices. We're the only ones who are saying we're actually trying to deliver for the average guy. So if you can, check out rebellionpact.com, fightcorruption.us, watch the Young Turks. This is how we roll. Okay, so Monday through Friday, and we have fun too. I mean, some call it fun. So anyway, Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock. The show starts at 6 o'clock Eastern, goes to 8 o'clock Eastern. Then we do extra for the members. And if you're going to be a member, we love you for it. You crazy? We'd love to have you as a member. You hit the join button if you can. Be part of the TYT community, or at least subscribe and ring the bell. All right. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Enjoy the meltdown.